Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's long I dropped a video, I've been busy, but now I'm back. Like, subscribe, and comment for anything you don't understand. Well, today I'm going to be taking you guys on HTML tags. In my previous video, I explained about HTML, different kinds of tags, and I said I'm going to make a particular video on the tags. So now, here is a video on HTML tags. In HTML, we have different kinds of HTML tags, and in this video, I'm going to show you most of them. I'm going to be dropping a PDF too, so that you can download the PDF and you see different tags in HTML. So let's open. So this is our code editor, Visual Studio. If you not got me a Visual Studio, check the previous video. I showed you guys how to get the Visual Studio. Okay, so the first thing first, we're going to change this to HTML. Okay, yes, HTML. Click turn it to HTML and then let's save our file. Okay, let's save it to, let me save it to my document, save it. Okay, so I'm going to save it as HTML tags, HTML tags. Oh, sorry. Try to avoid spaces. To give you errors sometimes. Okay, so we sync. First things first, I'm going to do is write down the HTML structure. Doing the HTML structure, go to my previous video and you'll see the HTML structure. I explained what the HTML structures are for and why we use the HTML structure. So writing down the HTML structure, I'm going to write block type HTML, HTML. Remember that all HTML tags, no, most HTML tag has the closing tag. Like if you see this HTML, the opening tag, and then HTML, the closing tag. Most HTML tags has opening and closing. Then after the HTML tag, we're going to write the head tag. Has an opening and closing too. Then our title. Sorry, I didn't spell it well. Then let me give it. Oh, sorry. Let me just write our title as HTML tags. Oh, sorry. Tag. Oh my god. Oh, you see, I go down under the closing of the head tag. I then write the body tag. This is where the content of your web page will be. So all these that you're seeing in the bracket here are all tags. They're all HTML tags. Now, these tags have specific functions, and the specific functions in these tags are explained in the PDF that I'm going to include to the tag. I'm trying to make this video short and not much so that you guys can go through it, then download the PDF and test out the tags. It's not much something, it's not a hard stuff, just a simple thing to do. Okay, so the body now contains the content of the web page. And this is where we're going to be writing different HTML tags. So, like I explained in the previous videos, we have different HTML tags, and I'm going to write out some. So, we have the image HTML tag, we have the link HTML tag, we have the header HTML tag. I think I explained that in the previous video, which is why I'm not going to go over explaining what I've explained before. So, because I'm just going to give examples of other tags that I did not explain in the previous video. So, other tags that I did not explain in the previous video are the list tag. I didn't explain the list tag in the previous video. The form tag, the fonts tag, the HR, the BR tag, the input tag. So I'm going to be explaining those here now. Okay, so there are plenty different HTML tags, which if I said I should start writing all of them here, then I could take the whole day writing out the HTML tags. So let's say now we want to make a custom form, a custom form. So now, what I mean like a custom form, like a contact form or a sign up or login form. Then now we have kind of tags we're supposed to use. Now, in making a custom form, we're going to be using the form tag. Now, HTML is very easy to understand because it's using basic English language that we use, but just that you have to put it in a code form, which is using the tags. So now, we're using the form tag to create a form. We're already creating a form. This is the form, not like the interface now. So now we have to impute what we want the user to impute. So now let's say we want the user to impute his name. We're gonna write input type text or text, then give it a name, username, or full name, whatever you want to name it, just any name you want to name it. Well, we'll give it a placeholder. A placeholder is what you want it to output, like shown an example. Well, let me leave placeholder blank and let me close this tab. Well, let me save and view the file for you guys. So sorry. So there's going to have the folder for you guys. Sorry, the file. HTML tag. Wait. Open with Google Chrome. And this message coming up again. So okay, now as you can see, you know, did I equal HTML tag? Beginning, no. Sorry, there's a mistake here. Okay, I see the mistake. This HTML tag is not supposed to be here. They are supposed to be around this region. They're not supposed to be showing the name of the file. So my mistake here is I didn't spell this title well. So I'm going to spell the title and I'll go and reload. Okay, now you can see this is where it is. So now this is the form. We already created the interface, giving it the form tag, and now this is what we want the user to input. Now you just see a blank form here. So as you see a blank form, I want to give this an example so that the user could understand. Yeah, I want the user to put in his username here or his name or something. So I'm just going to go down to the placeholder and write username. So I want the user to give me his username. So I want him to understand that is the username I'm requiring from him. So I put in the username in the placeholder and then I go back to web page and I reload. Here you could see I'm not asking him for his username, so you could just tap here and then write whatever his username is. If his username is David, then he's going to write David. If his username is Sequel, then he's going to write Sequel. So that's just it for the placeholder. So let's go back and writing other fields for the inputs. So then now we're going to write, let me say, for the email, input type email. It's as simple as it goes. Very simple. Just write your name, same thing as email, because it's the email you're requiring from the person. So just write email. You could write a placeholder. Write placeholder. Let me see. File. Check rule. At admin.com. So I'm giving him like an example of the kind of email I need. So I think I see. Oh yeah, I see. So we go back here, we reload our page, and then we see the other field requesting for the email. Now let's also, you can't just be putting fields like this. So let's specify what the fields are for. So we could go over here and write fan is a HTML tag too. So write username. Well, let's use the label tag. Let's use the label tag. Let's use the label tag. I prefer using the label tag because since we're just trying to label out what the user is to input there. So alright, and then write down username, and I see. I go over here, back to my page, on my web page, and boom, the username is there. So let me include a semicolon, and then, like I said, there's also a HTML tag, BR. BR is to break the line. So as you can see here, this whole thing is in a straight line, but then I don't want it to be in a straight line. I want it to be in a vertical order, not horizontal. So I'm then going to put a BR tag there, and I save. Go back here. Did I save this time? No, I did not. So I save, then I reload. It has moved down to the next line. So let me say I want to give this other one to, I want to move it to the left line and I want to label it. So I'm going to go over here. Sorry. Okay, yeah, I want to go over something now. As you can see, we have an opening and a closing tag, an opening and a closing tag, an opening and a closing tag, an opening and a closing tag. If you watch out, this input doesn't have a closing tag. That is why I say most HTML tags has an opening and a closing tag, while some just has an opening and you write down whatever you want to value out in there. You could also write the same, you could also write in place of this placeholder value. and write username, it still gives you out the same information you want to give out. So as you can see, it's not all HTML tags that have an opening and a closing tag. Something like input doesn't have a closing tag. It only has an opening tag. Same thing goes to image. Images does not have I'm putting out images. It does not have a closing tag. It's just an opening tag. Same thing goes to the break line tag, like the BR. It doesn't have a closing tag. Same goes to the HR. The HR is a horizontal line and it doesn't have a closing tag. So let's give this a label. And write, what should I write here? Okay, email. So I write down email. I save. Go over here, reload. Like I said, I want to move it to the next line and I'll have to put in the break line tag. So I'm going to put it here and I'm going to put it here. Okay. Reason why I put these tags here and here is for here. Now, what that first break line tag is going to do is that it's going to move this email down here, and then it's going to move this one under the email. So if we reload, you see exactly the same thing. So we go on, we put another input field, give it a type, password, and name. Okay. Password. Like I said, you can give the name anything. You can write it as keyword, you can write it as just pass. Whatever name you want to give to it, it doesn't matter, but the type matters. If you write as the password type text, it's not going to give you the way the password is supposed to be, because normally we know that if you're encrypting your password, it's supposed to encrypt the password and like show dot 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 dot, not actually writing it. I'm going to show you an example right now. So no need for a placeholder for a password, because I mean it's a password, you don't need someone to see what you're writing there. Oh sorry, I forgot to write down the label. So I'm going to put the BR tag here, the breakline tag here, and I'm going to put in a label. So let me label it password. And I save. So going over here, I reload. Oh sorry, I didn't put the BR tag here. And I go over here, I reload. It's now set. So as you can see, I'm inputting the password and then showing dot 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 dot. But in the case whereby you don't put the type as password, you put it as text, the same thing we did here. Whatever you write, you're going to be showing up, and then it's not safe. Someone that's sitting close to you can actually see your password. So I don't want to go much in the form in this video, but I'm going to explain. I'm going to also design a form. Like I'm going to style it using CSS. In, let me say, in the next video I'm going to do. So this is just the basic form. Like I said, custom form. This is the basic one you're supposed to remember. I'm just teaching about the tags in this video. I don't want to go more than that. I don't want to make the video too lengthy. So also remember, every form has a method. The method we have two types of method. We have the get and the post. We mostly use the post method. I'm going to also explain the meaning of the post and the get method when I'm going to be creating a form using HTML and styling it with CSS. I'm then going to explain to you what the function of the post and the get is. We also do have an action, and the action, come on, I told you remove this my method. Action, what the action is just trying to say is, okay, I did not create the submit button, but I'm going to create the submit button here. Now, what the action is just trying to say is, when you click on this submit button, what or where will it take you to? And that is where the action takes you to. The action takes you to wherever you link the submit to. So let me put back the method post, and I save. Let me go back here. I put the BR tag, the breakline tag, and okay, impute type submit. Like I said, HTML is not a hard programming language. It's just English based. You just have to understand the tags and the functions of those tags, which is going to be in the PDF that I'm going to upload in the description of this video. So let's write submit and close. Okay, this is just going to give you a button. Let me write value and give it submit. When I'm right send is variable, so you can see the difference between the type and the value. Okay, go over here, reload. So this is the send button. Now, as you can see, if you click on the send, it's sending a blank form down to the database. And now, okay, we have not yet connected any database to this, and I'm going to teach you how to connect it to a database, but this is not for now, because that will be going down straight to a backend programming language, which we could use PHP, and then we could use MySQL as the database. So I want to make all these forms required so that you could not send them without filling them up. So what you just do to make them required is go over here inside the input tag and write required. Same thing goes here. And same thing goes here. So I've made all of the fields required. So if you go back here, you reload. You try sending it, it's going to tell you please fill out the field because it's required. So if you fill out this one and you don't fill out the next one, it's still going to tell you fill it out. So let's say fill it out, and then I want to submit. It's still going to tell you fill out the password until I'm done filling out all the field. Then I could submit. So this is all for the form for now. This is all for the basic contact form or anything related to form in HTML tags, because I'm teaching mainly on the tags in this video. Another video that I'm going to make a video specifically for these forms, because this form gives problem a lot, gives a lot of problems. So I'm going to make a different video styling these forms, and then after styling the form, I'm going to also make a different video linking it to a database using PHP and MySQL. So Well, I don't want to delete this. Let me just go over, create another tag. So here now we're going to be creating a table. We're going to be creating a table. So we're going to be creating a table using the table tag. Okay, so let's try the table tag. And then writing the table tag, we then have to sorry, I was busy with something. Okay, after writing the table tag, we then have to write the tr tag. Now, after writing the tr tag, we have to write the th tag. This holds the column. Sorry. So let's say this column is mathematics. Let's say this is HTML. Sorry, I want to use mathematics terms right now. Then go by here, then write another column. CSS. Go by here and write JavaScript. And then let's see. Let's go back here. Okay, so this is the column. Now, these are the columns. Now we need to create the rows. The row for these columns. I'm going to go here, put another tr. Now this tr is like I said, like the breakline tag. It's moving it to the next line. Now what this tr is moving it to the next row. Precisely. So yeah, it's moving it to the next row. I mean the next column. I'm still be confusing somehow. So what I'm trying to explain is this is the first row, table row. Now I want to go down to the second table row and fill in the data for the second table row. So go over here, write tr, and then table data, td. And I'm going to write HTML 50%. Same td. For CSS, 30%. Go over here, td, 10%. Let's see. You can see now it's giving the value for each of it. Each of the HTML, the CSS, and the JavaScript. Now, this doesn't really look like. Let me give it the border. So let me give it the style. Like I explained in the class I have on the 7th of August, this is what we call the inline style CSS. So now this is when we want to, give an element a style, like we want to give the people a style. So let's say border 1px. Go over here and reload. Sorry, sorry. Okay, so this, now let's give this rows a border too. So I'm gonna give it 1px, 1px. Sorry, I made a mistake. Oh, not supposed to put it here. So let's give this something. Fine. Trying to give it the horizontal line. Now I got, okay, we're giving this the border. Okay, so let's style the columns. Well, go here, just copy and paste the same code. Control, go over here, go over here. Go over here. And go over here. Save, then let me go here and reload. Okay, so this is basic table using table tags, the tr for the table rows, the th for the columns, and the td for table data. So go over here, you see the HTML, the CSS, the JavaScript, and these are the data. These are the columns for it. You can see the difference. You can see this is bold and this is just normally written. Well, I'm also going to make a video on how to style the tables. As you can see there in the output is together, so I want to give it a breakpoint space, which, so giving it a breakpoint space, you could also add another set of data in another row, and go over here, load, and boom, you have what you need. Well, I'm coming to the end of this video, so I'm going to drop the PDF in the description of this video, and I've made detailed examples in the PDF. I want you all to practice it, learn the tags, have the tags at the back of your minds, have them offhand, and make sure you practice them so that whenever you see them, you're going to know what they're used for, what they're doing, what their function is. So all you just have to do is impute the tag, use the tag, and everything's going to be all right. Just know the tags, and that's just mostly all about HTML. Once you know the tags, you know the function, you know those tags. All you just have to do is styling the HTML, adding back end, oh god, back end to the HTML, and that also you guys should like, subscribe, and do well to practice. Practice makes perfect, or how I say, practice makes you better in what you're doing. You have to practice it. The more you practice, the more the things become part of you. Well, good luck with all, and goodbye. Thank you for watching.